Now I'm just going to let it cool and then clean off all the excess flux residue with some IPA. You can get special flux remover. Ooh, still warm. But you don't really need it. Just standard old IPA will remove the bulk of it. And I'm mostly doing this so there's not sticky residue left on here that can pick up dirt and junk over the years and bind up the works. So there you can see, the brown stuff is the flux coming off. So this was electrical solder, not silver solder. To silver solder something like this, you have to bring it up to a red heat. And honestly, since this part never gets hot, it's not like a steam engine boiler, there's no reason to go with the higher temp silver solder. Also, the stuff's really expensive. Silver soldering, you do use a pickle bath, they call them. It's basically an acid solution that heats off all the oxide layers and flux and anything else that might be left over. I've never tried it with a electrical solder, so I don't know if it'd be good, bad, or other, but it's sort of unneeded, so I don't. There was a little solder bump right there left from the iron, so I'm just cleaning that off. Now, if everything is good, it slides right in, and it works a treat. So in the top, I have this pocket here, which is where that little rod will go up and down into. It's plenty big, so the flag can go all the way up and hit it without binding. And it also holds the spring, which keeps that tip, or keeps that sensor down when it's being not actuated. It does increase the force on this end a little bit because my spring's a bit heavy, but I can cut this spring down or get a different spring to lighten that force if it's needed. Right now it's not super excessive, so I think it's okay, especially with the small distance we have to travel. So now if you look in here, you can see that tube right in the center. Right, well, pretty close to the center. And then you put the nozzle in, and off you go. The sensor boards aren't in yet, so I'll do another video when those come in. Once that's in and hooked up, we'll be able to actually play with this and see where it triggers and try putting different nozzles on and off and see if we get any false triggers. A false trigger when you're putting the nozzle on, as long as it goes back out, is probably not a big deal. But if somehow this gets put on there where it's permanently holding that sensor in the active position, then that would be bad. Other things that need to be done. About the only other thing that you'll run into is the flash on these holes. I made these screw holes pretty tight to the screw to keep everything aligned. So you just have to take a screw and not screw it in, but just push it through to knock off that lip from where the flashing squeezed out on the bed of the printer. So I think with that, I'm going to put all my extra bits away. And here's my second one for that head. I'm going to put my extra bits away and basically just wait for that to cure, probably another couple hours. I'll do a video of putting the bearing in, and then the next video probably won't be until I get the little sensor boards built up to put on the sides of these guys to actually make the sensors function. So that's all I got for now. There's that guy spinning. So as you can see, the flag doesn't bind the head in any shape or way. It just rotates in there, and then when you touch off something, it flips off the sensor. So there you have it. Till next time.